Hello. Hi, Parker. Hi, Sparkle. How are you guys doing? My computer is extra slow today. There we go. Let's go. You can do it, baby girl. I find it interesting that I've named my laptop Aang, but I still call it a girl. I don't know. Gender's fake. The camera is hella slow today. That's not great. Not loving that. I will do a stretchy. Hi, Grim. Doing a stretchy. Ooh.
Oh my god, why did you just take the freaking taco?
I'm taking a sippy. So true, both of you. But I called my laptop Aang because it's a MacBook Air. So it's my MacBook Aang. Um, say something nice about myself. Let's see. Um, I don't know, just kind of a general proud of myself for actually communicating things lately. I've been doing a lot better at it. Grim knows that, personally, as a matter of fact. Right? We don't need gender. Gender's fake anyway. What am I doing? This. But yeah, I've been doing a lot better about communicating lately and also supporting other people who are trying to communicate, and that's good. Yeah, you deserve a nap, Grim. Sleep well. I'll talk to you later, I'm sure. Um, so I decided I didn't like where we were going, so I re-inked it. Um, so we're gonna start over. I was in like a really bad headspace when we started this, so I think we're gonna do better starting anew and just working on that instead. I don't think this one is like bad, but it wasn't turning out the way that I wanted. So we're gonna do some more work on this and change how I laid the colors in a little bit. Um, I think that me putting the green underneath the fire here, well, I thought that it would give us depth, really just muddied the colors in a way that I didn't like. So we're gonna not do that this time. And I've also changed the line weight for stuff that's behind fire or behind some of the smoke. So I made it a little bit different, and we're gonna try that and see if I like that better. I have done a little bit of art since we talked last. I didn't stream on Friday. Hi Lapras, good to see you. Um, but I have a lot of news actually. There's also a new emote that I drew this morning because I thought that it was a silly idea. Um, so you can use the pit if you are subscribed. Um, for those in the know, when I'm in a bad depression area, I call it being in the pit. So I figured that would be kind of like a nice little lurk emote, but also like checking in, like, yeah, I'm having a hard time, but we're still kicking, kind of a vibe. And I thought that was funny, so I made that. Um, but I did make a design for a sticker. And when I made this design, I was like, I don't know when I'm going to get to print this because the cutter that I got, the company still hadn't fixed their servers, but they fixed it yesterday. They fixed it yesterday and they emailed me. So I'm now in the system correctly so I can actually use the software. So I can actually start learning the software and making my own stickers. So that's great. I'm glad that I didn't talk myself out of doing a design that I wanted to do because it wasn't going to, like, I didn't know when I was going to be able to use it. But coming soon to a bean shop near you. Um, brain work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does. Hi, lesbian. This color, the color of the month is cadmium orange, and it's just like the perfect, like warning sign color. And so instead of doing road work ahead, I did brain work ahead because, yeah, I sure hope it does. You know, I thought it was very funny. Um, I'm also pretty pleased with how the font came out for this because I hand did that, but it looks pretty good, especially on the uneven paper. So this will be happening at some point. Now that my sticker company or the cutter company, can I make a sentence? Brain work ahead. It sure heckin' doesn't. You're right, lesbian. I cannot make a sentence to save my life. Um, but now that the sticker cutter is set up, I just need to learn the software. And then I will be adding a sticker tier to my Patreon, which means you will get a special sticker before anybody else once a month. I haven't fully calculated what the cost of that is going to be, but it'll be under $10 for sure. Um, So yeah, that will be happening soon. I need to make some progress on that. Since I didn't know when they were going to fix the server issue that was keeping me from using the cutter and the software, I wasn't sure when that was going to happen, so oh yeah, for sure, Parker. That's just how kittens work. Um, what else did I have to say? I said emote, I said cutter. Um, the 3 stickers I got from my sticker company, Sticker Ninja, are headed my way now. They've actually been dropped off at the post office. So those will be coming soon. I'm sorry, Lapras. I hope life gets better and I hope you have a good lurk. Remember that I love you. You'll survive. It'll be okay. We got your back, buddy. I feel like I'm forgetting something. This is why I thought to myself, maybe I should write a list about all the things that I want to talk about on stream today. And then I didn't, like an idiot. So, here we are anyway. God, that green still looks like really washed out on cam. Ooh, buddy, you good? Did I? I did. Why are you having so many issues today, friend? I mean, me too, but... Um... There was something else I was going to say, and I don't remember what it was. Oh well. It'll either come to me or it won't. I think we're going to start with the kettle this time. We started with the handle and stuff last time, but... I still don't know that I'm fully sold on the green. I'm kind of leaning towards a light blue for the kettle. Just because I think it'll make the orange pop a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Parker. Will blue be better for you? We can pretend that that's a change for you. It also is not color accurate on the screen. I will say that. It's a lot brighter in person. I even bumped up the saturation on the camera a lot. Like, I'm way redder than I normally am. But the way that it checks stuff is not accurate. That's not the word I meant. We had a bunch of pressure changes, and I'm not feeling 100, not gonna lie to y'all. We also had a COVID exposure, so we might have COVID now. I don't know. I haven't taken a test yet, but my brother has, and he's still negative. So we'll see. Although, like, really, it's only a matter of time before I get COVID, because I haven't had it yet, but it's gonna happen. So I'd rather not. I already have enough health problems as it is. Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Sparkle. Although I do want kind of like a lighter blue, so I might end up using one of my beam paint colors. Although that will react more like gouache, so it'll cover up some of the line work here. So I might end up re-going over the text if we do it that way, which isn't that big a deal, but it is an extra step. Yeah, it's a lot less green, I think, is part of it, Parker. Oh, I definitely didn't line something there that I should have. Whoops. That's just gonna stay there. That can be our little secret chat. I don't think I did. So let's use like, because I'm thinking like a nice sky blue, kind of like this will be nice. With the orange, and I do think that that's like a kettle color. I don't think the green is like the wrong choice. I was just thinking on it, and I think I like blue better. I was really unsure about what color I wanted to do the kettle last time. I think I've got a more solidified concept now, though. Sometimes, like, yeah, I think this is right. I am probably going to end up going back over the line art again, just because the way that this paint is formulated, it covers up some of the black and like muddies it a fair amount, but I can go back over the lines. That's not a big deal. It is a little bit of extra work, but I think it'll be worth it. But because the cutter is connected now, I can scan this and then immediately start printing these stickers, which I'm really excited about. Because for people who weren't here for the full discussion about this saying, this is from a Tumblr post that I made. To be fair, I posted it on my other social medias too, but it blew up on Tumblr. Like it's rapidly nearing 100K notes, which is a lot. And it's already been reposted, I know for sure, on Facebook, and I've been told it's also been reposted on Pinterest. So I'd really kind of like to make some money off the saying that I said, you know? Um, I think that's fair. But I was worrying about it because without the sticker cutter, I would have had to order it from my sticker company or wait. And since that's working now, I just need to figure out how to do it and then I can do it myself. And that'll be great. So we might finish the art and I might put up a pre-order, which I can do with my new website for stickers. I'm not sure what size I'd want to make it. I could make multiple sizes even. I have the power now. I have the power. How's everybody else been though? I had kind of like a rough span of days here, which I think you probably could tell were coming if you were here last time because you could see that my brain was not being nice to me. um, like I'm fine. It's all okay. Just, sometimes brains like to regurgitate things that don't matter anymore in a way that makes your life suck currently. You know how it is, because brains are evil little bastard men. But if anybody else has fun news, please let me know. I saw that Parker said that he redid his Pokemon spreadsheet, which love redoing a spreadsheet, honestly. I love spreadsheets. They're so nice. Yeah, cats will do that. I do love this color. I just wish that it didn't. I wish that it didn't act like gouache, I guess is really what I mean. But anything where you lighten it like this with a white is gonna act like that. But I do think I already like this color better for this. Man, I got a kitten when I was, I don't know, maybe I was 7 or 8, maybe 9, somewhere in that realm. And yeah, they sure do keep you up and attack your toes at night. Oh yeah, for sure, Parker. They uh they make shapes. They're a liquid, you know. Cats are just a liquid. Man, my brain fog today is way worse than I thought it was before I started streaming. It's almost like if you aren't using your brain as much, you don't notice that your brain isn't really working. And then you start doing something, and then you realize how horribly your brain is working. Yes, Parker. Oh my gosh. There's somebody I follow on Tumblr who just got a kitten um, that keeps scaling the windows like that, which I think is very funny, but that's mostly because I don't have to deal with the kitten, I think. But yeah, you can really see how this kind of paint covers up the black, which can be good, but it does mean I'm going to have to re-go over the text, which is fine. Just an extra step to think about. Oy. What was I doing? I saw I just got a message. Hang on. Some people. I say that with affection. Man, I am wearing like the biggest hoodie that I could buy because I decided that I deserved to be comfy. And so I got a 5XL hoodie, which means that I am just like absolutely swimming in this thing. Well, as much as I can as a fat bitch. But I'm so comfortable right now. I could just go to sleep right now on stream. Who wants to do a Pokemon sleep stream? I have not opened that app in months, but it feels like a nap kind of day. Don't you guys think? I don't know. I'm vibing with a nap. I'm so eepy. I haven't been sleeping super well, which isn't a shock given my state of mind, but like a bitch is eepy. A bitch is eepy. Okay, what can I do that isn't going to bleed into the blue? I can do the handle up top. We used warm gray for that, I think. And then used Payne's gray for the smoke. I like those colors. I do need to put some more warm gray on my palette because we are heckin' out of it. So let's do that before I forget about it, huh? Ugh. I think it's this guy. Yep. But I'm so excited about being able to actually make my own stickers because I have some designs I've been holding off on. So like the pride mushrooms that I was kind of considering getting done last month, but that just didn't happen. I can get those done and start printing those. This one I can do. I wanted to do the brain work ahead one that I showed you guys a second ago. And then the fantasy radio one that I did month before last for color and focus for Prussian blue. Just open up a world of possibilities, which is great. It also means that I can do the Goopy Wiener sticker. Does anybody want a Goopy Wiener sticker? I feel like I shouldn't sell those, but I guess I could if we want Goopy Wiener stickers. What do we think? I know for sure I'm making some of them because I want to send some to Lib, but if anybody is interested in my Goopy Wiener, please let me know. I can add those to the pile of things to get done. Okay.
I love your Goopy Wiener.
Thank you. I think I just want to lay in the highlight here really quick. Like that. I do think I want a little bit of a highlight like right here too. Or we could just do a giant water bloom instead of what I was trying to do. That works. Not what I meant, but thank you. just lay in some darker bits here while it's still damp. Ooh. I did not realize how sleepy I was until I sat down out here. I think that the sweatshirt is probably partially to blame because I am so comfy now that I'm just a little eepy baby. Would it be smart to take the sweatshirt off? Probably. Am I going to do that? No. I'm too comfy. I deserve to be comfy. This is a little bit too damp. That's okay. I'm now using my own previous artwork as reference, which is always where you run into trouble, but it would have been smart to use a smaller paintbrush for that, but I didn't do that, so here we are. We can do it like that. That's fine. Okay. I don't think that highlight is quite in the right spot. I don't think it's that big a deal, but maybe I'll mess with it some more. I don't know if that really fixed it. That's fine though. I do need to decide how I'm doing shading on this. I'll probably just do a darker blue with maybe a little bit of purple added in or some gray. But I do want the lighting to be pretty dramatic. One of the issues that I had with this is I was trying to add like soot marks, but it really ended up just looking like shadow to me, and I didn't like the way that it was turning out. So I think just making the shading like really dramatic, facing away from the fire is going to be a better bet. And adding in the kind of like warm tones to the highlights, which is kind of hard to see on cam, but I think that really adds to the fire dimension. So we'll do that. I do like that I used a different gray for the smoke than I used for the handle and the background. So we'll probably do that again. Although the Payne's gray is blue based, so it might not stand out from the kettle in the same way, but I still think that that's going to be the right way to go. So let's lay some of that in. Because I do want to do like a base layer and then do the kind of like scratchy lines like we did last time. So let's start here. This is not a smart place on the paper to start because I'm going to put my hand in it. But you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Oh, I just rate that. So I do like the granulation this gives, but we're gonna cover it up anyway, so it's not like it really matters. I do think when I get to the point where I want to ink this over the top again, I think that's a on my own task and not a with you guys task, just because it takes a lot of focus for me, especially if I'm going over lines that I've already done. It also, whenever I'm inking anything, my breathing gets really weird and I get self-conscious about it. Just because, like, breath control for making a stable line is like a huge thing for sure. But I don't know, if somebody's witnessing me do that, I feel weird about it. I also feel like I'm talking like I don't feel good, which I don't, but that's not a great sign. I need a little less pigment on here. This one's getting a little dark already. There we go. Oh, I was also thinking, I don't know that I showed you guys, but I hung out with Kat for his birthday a few months ago, and we did kind of like a Stardew art hangout thing where we all did some Stardew art. And I made a void chipkin. I was thinking that one might be a cute sticker too, just because I think she's cute. I do still need to figure out how to use the software, which is the next major task. I think that I can probably just find like a YouTube tutorial that's just like, here's how you do it, and then I'll be able to do it just fine. But I don't know, learning new software always feels super overwhelming because nobody puts the buttons in the same spots, and like some settings that you think you'd know what it should mean, you don't actually know what it means. And it can get frustrating. And by that, I mean I get frustrated. I feel like I'm missing a paintbrush size that I usually have out. Okay, I could let that dry more, which is probably the right answer, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's work on the top a little bit here. So I do want this to be fairly dark, and I think the best way to really do that is to build up the layers. So, because I would like these two to match. Because in my head, this is painted wood. Oh, excuse me. I am so eepy. I even stayed in bed longer than normal today, and I'm still eepy. It do be like that sometimes. Okay, I think that got the highlight right there to a place that I like better, so that's good. I do need to let that dry before I do layering to it. Are you dry yet? Not all the way. But you should be dry so we can lay in some flat color for the fire spots. Which I think I'm gonna start with a yellow. We went straight for the orange last time, but I think starting with a yellow and then working our way up in a few spots is probably going to be good. Because like doing a yellow on the edges and then making it darker towards the middle, I think is gonna look good. We'll find out though. I'm gonna do some little funky lines here too. So this is a pretty pale yellow that gets overwhelmed easily, so if I don't like it, we can just cover it up. Man, my mic is picking up way more than usual today, I feel like. Which is fine. Just I don't know why it's doing that. I haven't changed any settings or anything. Maybe Discord changed something again. They do that. I wonder if we have another pressure shift today. We had like a few days where it was like actually stable and it was beautiful and great. And now we're back to yo-yoing around. Yeah, we do have another one later today. As a matter of fact. So that will probably be partially why I feel crummy. Which is fine. Well, I mean, it is what it is. There's not much to be done about it, so no point in freaking out about it. Okay, let's work on some metal here. I'm just gonna do this. I'll lift up a little bit in the spots where I really want to highlight. Right here. So I think the fire will be doing a bit on the edges here. That wasn't really a sentence. I know what I'm saying. You guys don't need to know. It's fine. Don't worry about it. just shifting where the light is from the other one we did, because I had it so that like the highlight was coming from over here, but I don't think that makes sense. I think it makes more sense to have it coming from the fire. I just had started there and hadn't really thought about it as much as I should have before I started. It happens. But I think having the light coming from here is going to make more sense and make it look a little more dramatic, which is what we want. I do also think that I made this an uneven width, which is what happens when you do stuff by hand. I am really tempted to have more caffeine, even though I know that that's a god-awful idea and will keep me from sleeping tonight, but I am so sleepy. My goodness. Yeah, I think I like the blue kettle better. I wouldn't have discovered that I liked the blue better unless I had thought about it for longer. So this was definitely a learning experience. Which really all of art is just a learning experience. All of life is. Oh, I didn't add color to the little flames over here. They're left out. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to forget you. I didn't mean nothing by it. There we go. Okay. Man, I have so many books I need to read. Like, I'm super excited about it, but I'm starting to get a little overwhelmed by even my little to-be read list. I'm reading a friend's, well, editing somebody's book that I'm really, really enjoying, and I want to keep reading it. Like, it's great, and I'm having so much fun with it. But I also just got um, Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle because that one just released yesterday and I had pre-ordered it. I'm really excited to read that because I read Camp Damascus by him, which is another horror one, and that one was really good. I really liked that. Okay, so I want that shadow there, but then I want the top to also be very dark here. So let's add, I might add a little bit of like actual black in here too, just to get that where I want it. I want like that. All right. What was I saying? Oh, Chuck Tingle. So that one came out yesterday, and I want to read that. I'm also actively reading a. I'm gonna call it a boring history book. I think that it is written like a boring history book, but I think the history itself is interesting because there's a lot of like scandalo, you know? But I'm reading about the affair of the poisons in Louis XIV's France. I think I made this too dark, like right here. Yeah. Which was basically a theoretical plot to poison the king, but its actual like origins and how true that is a little dubious. It kind of ended up being like a witch hunt where a bunch of women kind of got tugged into the thing just by being, women around the time and having some vague sense of ambition. And there's definitely one guy who used it to his advantage to get a bunch of his political rivals killed off. So I don't know the whole story very well, but I am finding it interesting. Um, Puppet History did an episode on it, which is probably the easiest way to approach that if you're not a super huge history buff, or if you don't want to read like a 15-hour historical book, you know? Which like, do I really want to do that? Yeah, because I'm a fucking nerd. But I understand that this is not to everybody's tastes. But that's a good one before bed because it's written very dryly, so it makes me want to go to bed. Such is the way. But I just finished Black Cake, which is the one for my book group that I've been doing, which I really liked. The last few that we did for that I was able to read, there's one I missed, were like just not for me. Some of them were like objectively bad, I think, because we all hated it. And some of them were just not for me, which is fine. Not everything needs to be for me, nor would I expect it to be. But I'm glad to have one that I actually liked. So I was starting to feel very negative. But excited for the Chuck Tingle horror book. It is that Chuck Tingle, but Chuck also writes like real books, not just weird smut. Which, to be clear, it is totally valid to write weird smut, and that is an important career. Honestly, like legitimately, I mean that. But I did also really like Camp Damascus. So I'm excited. The new one is called Bury Your Gaze and is based in Hollywood. So I'm excited to read that. But I'm more excited to read my friend's book, honestly, because I'm really enjoying that one. And I'm editing it a bit, so like I feel like I'm helping, which I like helping. So also good for a number of reasons. But I also just bought 2 new self-help books that I need to go through too. Yeah, it is. And like I cannot express that weird smut is well and truly what makes us human. Um it is very important, like throughout history, people be writing weird smut, and that's important. It tells us a lot about like context for history. So like for instance, there's a lot of weird smut written about Marie Antoinette that actually influenced political decisions. Um, so like I think being weird and horny is just a very human thing to do, but also doing as much weird smut as Tingle does in the Tingleverse is like actually legitimately important historical documentation, weirdly enough. Like, I don't know, showing dissent about a certain wizard franchise for one is going to be an important thing for people to look at in the future. Um, there's one that's about your sentient phone addiction that I think will also be important in a similar way. Like there's a lot of reasons, but also it's totally valid to just write it to be weird. That's also fair. But I did really enjoy Camp Damascus, and I think it had a lot of important things to say um, about homophobia and how and ableism really, and how families damage their own children. Yeah, for sure. Because we do. We hate her so much. She needs to stop. Somebody stop her, please. Just shush. Nobody needs your weird opinions, woman. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Also, in an increasing puritanical nightmare hellsphere of the internet that we're in, um, being horny is punk, actually. I may end up going back over the smoke with a little bit of black too. I do want these lines to be pretty dark. I did do some white, I think, on the last one, but I don't know that I need to do that this time because I kept the background a fair amount lighter. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel in a little bit. I also don't really think these lines are that important. I just like them. I don't know. I like adding weird wiggly lines to smoke. It's my thing. And steam, for that matter. If you look at the rainy day sticker sheet, um, you will also see just like random colored steam blobs that have been turned into a sticker because I like making shapes, man. Wild thing about art, it's really all just shapes. Oh, that's something else I could say, I guess. Hey Dream, good to see you. The sticker sheet giveaway, most of those have been shipped. There are a couple waiting since both my brother and I aren't feeling good and we had a COVID exposure. We're being careful, even though he's still tested negative. I haven't tested today, which I probably should, honestly. Um, but the other ones will go out eventually. I don't think anybody's super concerned, but how have you been, Dream? I hope you're doing well. I may this year be single-handedly keeping USPS in business, honestly. I've spent so much money sending people stuff. I'm gonna end up spending like $200 shipping stuff internationally in the past 3 months. Um, everybody needs to move closer to me, actually. Yeah, I just have been feeling a little crummy. I think I'm okay, but you know, bodies be like that. I'll live out of spite, if nothing else. Okay. I do think I want to go over those again with a different color. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad you got some time off work. I know you were feeling, well, the last time you popped in, you were feeling a little overwhelmed, so. Okay. Let's do another wash on this handle. Hmm. That's not the color I want. I want this one. I think I want to do that and then spread this out just a little bit because I do want this handle overall to be darker. the way to do it. Yeah, I like that better already. We'll see where that lands darkness-wise when it dries. Excuse me. Um, what? How has it been an hour? I don't understand time. I really don't. Let's see. I could darken up the metal on the handle, or I could start adding orange to the flames. I think the smarter route is to work on the handle a little bit. So let's do that. Let's be smart for once, chat. I need to be careful getting up next to the handle though, because that's still wet. Yeah, for real. Maybe even longer than that actually. Like I know that I had like a very bad brain time that fucked with my concept of time very distinctly, and I know exactly when that started happening. But like, what a hell, you know? What a hell. Yeah, exactly. Can we, okay, you know what? This is a vague topic change, but can we talk about how much the vaguely colored clear plastic vibe of the early 2000s slapped? Why can't we bring that back? It was so good. Like, why do we have to have boring stainless steel everything now? Why can we not have colors? Huh? Why can't we have colors? Do you remember I forget what the right name for those was, but the IMAX or whatever that first came out with all the different colors? Why can't we do that anymore? Why must we do sleek? I hate sleek. It's stupid. It's just minimalism, but you're pretending like it's better than everybody else. I hate it. Mm, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I get that like my concept of time is messed up for multiple reasons, but also why is 2018 so long ago? Hmm? That was like 2 years ago. What are you talking about? All right. That's fair. But like, I don't know. Why aren't we allowed to have fun anymore? I know it's because of capitalism, but like, why aren't we allowed to have fun anymore? I feel like that's like too gradiated and linear, and I kind of want to smudge it, but I also think that if I smudge it, it's going to lose a lot of the charm that it has right now. So I'm going to resist doing that, but I need you to know that I'm struggling with that, chat. I want to smudge it so bad. But I do think that I like that better for where the light directionality is coming from. So I think maybe that's part of the reason why I didn't like this one as much was because I kind of changed where the light direction was coming from midway through, which felt really weird. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I also am in a better headspace today than I was last time, which helps. Wild concept that if your brain is nicer to you, your brain is nicer to you. Did you know that? Did you know that if your brain is nicer to you, your brain is nicer to you? Hmm? I may want to add a little bit more shadow to the ball on the handle here. Let me use a smaller brush for that though. Like right here. And like right here. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know where I picked that up. Who did I pick that up from? I know that it's a streamer, but I don't remember which one. Maybe it was Stars. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about, Lesbian, now that you said that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Because there were ones where you like melted caramel in a Pyrex container and then put it in the microwave with popcorn in it to make caramel corn and stuff like that. There were some ones where like you should not be doing that. That's not safe. There's like a lot of them. They're so weird. Same with those ones that made like really weirdly disgusting food in like an extremely convoluted matter. So there was one where it was like a like barbecue chicken quesadilla wrap that you went through extreme lengths to get this thing into something of an edible form. It did not look good. I did not want to eat it. But there's like stuff like that, and then people started making fun of it where they take stuff and then like blend it and freeze it into a cube and then refry it and stuff. And it's like, what are we even doing anymore? Why do we need to do this? I think this is why God has left us, actually. Not that I believe in God, but if he was real, I think that's why he would have given up on us. Honestly. Yeah, do not microwave sugar. Also, do not microwave milk. Um, there are some things that you should not use a microwave for. Those, and also heating up your CDs, not a good idea. It does look really cool, but you shouldn't do that. Oh, how does that one Spy Kids quote go? So do you think God stays in heaven for fear of what he has made or something like that? Something like that. Yeah, not that any of us were really given a choice about that dream. That's another point of contention. Yeah, I got you. I can see the meme in my head even. I know we've talked about this on stream before, but that's the second Spy Kids movie for anybody who's wondering, the one with Steve Buscemi. And the Thumb guys. But does anybody else remember the tiny zoo in that movie? That was just like a zoo you could hold in your hand and there was like a tiny giraffe. I still think about how much I want that. That unleashed like a need in me so deep that I still have not released it after like 20 odd years. I want I want a tiny little giraffe. You know what I really want? A tiny little hippo. Can you imagine a tiny hippo eating a grape like a regular hippo eats a watermelon? We deserve that. We do. I still think about that tiny zoo. God, those movies were so unhinged. I love them. I should rewatch them. Okay. I think. Do I want to do the fire or the kettle first? That's where we're headed here. I think probably the. Well, I think I want to do the fire first actually, because I did the kettle first last time and that didn't end well for us. I mean, it was fine. Like, we're fine. But I think doing the fire first will give me a better concept of where the light is headed so that I can shade the kettle in a way that I like better than this one. Um, I'm not going to end up adding the red, I think, like we did last time. Part of the problem with that was because I added red to a green kettle, which um, are complementary colors, so they muddy up really bad. And I think that's part of why I didn't like this one. Since we're using a different color, it shouldn't be as bad, but we'll consider it when we get there. I don't think that that's essential to the vibe of the piece, really. Yes, all of those are correct. Also, the thumb guys. People still have nightmares about the thumb guys. But that was back when like CGI was used to do fun stuff instead of just putting your actors on a green screen and pretending like that made their job work. You know? We use CGI to make little nightmare creatures. And it was good. I do think I also want to add some more lines into the smoke, so let's just do that first, because I want to. I'm going to end up using this warm black instead of the cool black, I think. Well, no, I should use the cool black. Being an artist is just being indecisive and then making a decision anyway. Yeah, exactly. Lesbian, you phrased that way better than I could have. You knew what I was saying, though. Yeah, that's the ticket. Do I want to add white in that? I don't know. I don't think I do. But we'll see. Art is making so many decisions all the time. Yeah, that slaps. I'm happy with that. Let's do that some more. Just one, though. Do tell. Maybe I should make a counter that says days since Katie has mentioned the tiny zoo. I think about it so often, you don't even know. Just still so obsessed with it. I just want a tiny zoo. I did the same thing with the tiny dragons in franchise that shall not be named, too. I don't know. You just make something tiny and I want it. It's so cute. And I can hold it. Is held, you know? I also think I should be tiny and live in somebody's pocket. I was meant to be a gnome. I truly believe this. Can you tell that I'm tired? I have like no filter and my brain is going all over the place. A clar. That's fun. keep going back to the wrong color. And I still have not been able to catch an ACS stream. That's the band that's playing right now. My life is so busy all the time now. It's wild to me. It's almost like I have people who care about me and want to spend time with me. Wild. Who would have thunk it? I guess I also just work a lot. Such is the curse of self-employment. And also having a brain that doesn't like me to do things. Okay, actually I think that's all of them. Okay. Now I need to make decisions about shading colors for Kettle. I think not using gray is the right answer, even though I'm tempted to do that. So I think the curve on this isn't quite right. Is that because I inked it that way? Yeah, we can fix that though. Well, we could also fix that when I re-ink it, if I'm going to. Decisions, decisions. And none of them correct. I think this curve just needs to get pulled out a little bit. That's better. Slight adjustment, but it makes me feel better about life. Interesting. All right. Oh God. Do not mention that name here. Disgusting. There's another person we should boo off of the planet, honestly. Yeesh. I'm assuming his takes are just as bad there as they are on everything else. Because they're bad takes. They're bad takes, all of them. Yeah. I have that username blocked in every single form that he's ever used on Tumblr so that I don't have to see it. Cuz I don't want to. He has bad opinions and I don't want to see them. I'm assuming pronouns are still he, him. If I'm wrong, somebody can correct me. But he doesn't seem like the kind to actually progress himself. I'll put it that way. Do I want to use Prussian blue to shade? I think that's going to be too bright. Let's tone that down a little bit with some orange. Yeah. That's what I think too. That's better, I think. Okay. Ooh, I'm just gonna go for this. I said I was gonna do the fire first, and then I promptly did not do that. That's fine though. We're just gonna go for it. So we'll have a pretty drastic shadow right where this lip is. also have one right here. This is also going to pick up the color underneath it a little bit, but that'll be fine. Yeah. It's really funny when you can like really tell that too, because that definitely happens to me and with some other people on Tumblr where I'm like, why is this take so bad? And then I notice who the username is, and I'm like, ah, yes, that explains it. That happens to me in Discords too, especially ones for like Twitch streamers where people haven't matched their Twitch username and their Discord username. um, where I'll go like, why is this person acting like such an ass? And then I'll check their connections and see their Twitch name, and I'll go, ah, that's why. It's wild how often you can just tell. If anybody doesn't know who we're talking about, leave it that way. Save yourself. Um, you really don't want to know, I promise. You may think you want to know because you're curious, but save yourself. The way this paper is acting is a little weird. I think it's just because of the beam paint, because they react a little bit differently than I'm used to. I said I wasn't going to use gray. I think I am going to end up using gray. Yeah, why are you reacting so strongly? That's wild. It's really blooming. Way more than it should be. I can handle it. I just don't know why. Hey, Shawnee, how you doing? Yeah, for sure, lesbian. I know that I'm like really consistent with how I spell certain things when I'm typing, just because oftentimes I will like spell them how I would say them. Um, Especially if I'm just like chatting with somebody that I know. So I'm sure somebody could pick up on my habits. Yeah, you have a few emotes that you use consistently so that I can tell at least. I don't know that I'm like one of the best people at picking you out. think I need to do like a light bit of shading just to make this a little rounder. A bunny? Well, then you have been blessed by seeing a creature this day. I'm betting this is gonna bloom weird too. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know why it's doing that today. I just need a little bit more depth in here, I think. Even if it doesn't make perfect sense. Yeah, that's better. Cute. We love a creature. I haven't done anything with the pins in the handle either. I think just adding a little bit of the warmer tone for the highlights is really gonna smack that round to where it needs to be. I don't know why I'm so violent today. I mean, yes, I do. It's because I am violent, but you know what I mean. There are some spots where I really want a very deep shadow to be very dramatic. And I'm gonna use a little bit of black to get there, I think. Probably isn't really gonna get there until I let this all dry a little bit better, but I'm impatient. Really not sure why this paper is acting so weird, but it sure is. Classic rainbow. Oh, that's something else that happened, I guess, that I could talk about on stream. If anybody knows Nerdy Kepi, which is a queer Jewish-owned shop that does a bunch of queer merch. The company is popular on Tumblr. They also have an Instagram. But the Gilbert Baker Foundation apparently threatened to sue them about using Gilbert Baker's name to identify the original rainbow flag. So I've removed, I only have one thing that mentioned that name, but I removed that from the listing for the thing that I have, which is like, I don't know what they think they're doing. It's not going to go great. Because, like, the design isn't the issue. It's just using the name, I guess. But the Nerdy Kepi, am I saying that right? I don't even know. Yeah, the attribution is like, okay, thank you, Ruler, for falling off the couch and attacking me. That was very helpful of you. But it seems like a counterproductive measure to focus on that. Just like really, really strange choice to be, I don't know, going after queer creators. Yeah, I don't know, but I have removed that. I haven't removed it from other listings that aren't making me money because it seems like that's their main issue. But if I get a letter, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do about that. I'm not that popular, so I'm not as concerned. They sell way more than I do. Like way, way more. I'm not big name. But I'll have to keep an eye out on that. They did get a lawyer who has advised them to not say anything else, but they warned the community right off the bat that this was happening so that we could, update our own listings and avoid the issue, which I'm very grateful for. But like, that sure is a choice that you made. Yeah, yeah. The people who make flags like and are very clear about like, hey, yeah, this is for everybody to use. A plus, great work, big fan. Okay, I think I'm gonna feel better about this once we get some highlights on it. I think that's my issue. The highlights always bring shading together. But I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and run some ads. Um, you should all take a break too, especially so that you don't have to see the ads, because I still get paid even if you aren't actively watching them. So we can all step away from our computers together and not let capitalism win today. I'm gonna run 3 minutes of ads and then I'll be back. Um, Take a little stretch, get yourself a snack or treat or drink. Go stare at something that's farther away from your face than a computer for a little bit. Those are all excellent choices for how to use our time. And we can all meet back here and say what we did to take care of ourselves. All right? All right, I'm back. You're at least back from the ads. So let's all hang out again. I am so sleepy today. Like, holy cow. Okay. I think this is mostly good for the shading. I don't think it needs a huge amount because that's like not the super focus. Although I still feel like this side is like too light. But it isn't actually because there's fire there. Um, Now we get to fill in the fire. So we'll see how that goes. Using the color of the month, which is cadmium orange, is our color in focus. So start up here for kicks and giggles. I kind of overfilled the brush for that. There we go. I do think I'm going to end up adding some shading to the fire, even though that doesn't really make sense. But you know what? It's my art and I make the rules. But I think we'll add some red in there. We did that with this, and I like the vibe there, so we'll probably do that here too. Um, I need a smaller paintbrush for those little ones. They're just little babies. They're just little babies. They need a tiny brush. There we go. All right. Man, I really am getting a headache. I'm kind of over getting headaches. I've already had one migraine this week, and I kind of just would like my head to stop hurting. Super not helpful, buddy. So maybe I should take a COVID test after stream for sure, but I just silence the notifications and I go through it occasionally and I block people who are being obnoxious on it. But for the most part, everybody is like happy to have that and it seems really helpful to people, and that's more important to me than having some stinkers, you know. For the most part, people have been very nice about it. There have just been a few people who were like hella weird in the notes. Um, and those people just, I don't want them to have access to anything I've ever done. So goodbye. There were a lot of people making like weird comments about electric kettles, and I'm like, I also use an electric kettle, and there's a reason that the electric kettles have safety features that keep you, for the most part, from being able to do this. But a lot of other people in the notes were talking to those people saying, well, I've actually almost burned my house down and I use an electric kettle. And I was like, can everybody take care of themselves? Oh my gosh. Please be safe. But there were a couple weirdly turfy notes on that one, and I kind of went through and blocked like a lot of people from that person's blog. It's always weird when you find another like hive of turfs on that website because it's pretty wild. Yeah, for real. There are like anytime you speak to a large group of people, there are some idiots there, and some of those idiots will be very loud. This is just a standard fact of humanity. Some idiots are very nice and some idiots are very mean, and usually the mean ones are very loud about it. But thanks to the glory of the internet, I can just block them and never have to deal with them again. You know? So all things considered, not that bad. But it definitely was keeping my notes from being even remotely usable. So I muted notifications on it, which I discovered you can't do if you have the app notifications turned off on your phone. I had to go to um, the desktop to mute the notifications in my activity feed, which really doesn't make sense. Exactly, Dream. Exactly. Yeah, I've gotten a lot better about recognizing my own boundaries. Um, and I'm very grateful that Tumblr added the ability to one properly mute notifications because that hasn't always been there, but also to turn off reblogs. That's very good because I do write a fair amount of personal posts that I don't really want circulated. There was a there was a time before they had added that, like maybe a month before they added the turn off reblogs feature, where I'd put no rebagel because you can't put no reblog in the notes because people look those up to be buttholes about it. Um, and somebody reblogged it anyway, somebody who is way more popular than me. But it was like a very personal post, so I'm not sure why so many people related to it. But a bunch of people reblogged it from the more popular blogger because it didn't have my original tags on it, so they didn't know. Hey, Al! Um, and so I woke up in the middle of the night and saw this post that I really didn't want to spreading. And yes, I know you shouldn't post anything online that you don't want seen, but I really needed to vent about something because I was not having a good time. And so I personally messaged everybody who had reblogged it and asked them to delete it. Um, yeah, and it was not great. Um, Most people were very understanding and apologized. I have since blocked the popular blog who reblogged that. They apologized, but I was just like, if you can't do that, then I don't really trust you with the rest of my stuff either, which is unfortunate, but such is the way. But it was like a huge vent post after my best friend had died, and like a bunch of stuff kept happening. And I was just like so overwhelmed by how many bad things had happened in my life that I just needed to like vent about it for a second. And then it turned into a whole ordeal, and that's when I stopped posting things like that for a significant amount of time. And then they added the no reblogs feature, and that's much nicer. Um, because like clearly anything I post on that blog, somebody could find and read, and I've been on there since 2011. So there's a fair amount of my past just hanging out there with its bare ass in the wind, you know. But I don't know. Some things I really don't need everybody to see. I already like this one so much better than this one. It's almost like I really did need to redo it. I am gonna need to go back over the text for sure, but that's easy peasies. I do want to let that fire dry, and then we'll add some more shading to it with some reds and yellows to give it a little more texture, because I love me some textures. We also need to do, um, hey brain, you want to finish the sentence at some point? That's wild, Shawnee. I have like 10 drafts, and that even that stresses me out. I go through and delete them like once a month. That's so many. But adding yellow highlights, that's what I'm doing next. I really feel like I'm missing a brush size, and I don't know where it went. Maybe it's still in my room? I feel like I'm missing an in-between size here. Let's use this guy. You'll be the right size-ish. Just warm up this yellow with a little bit more orange, and we'll use that. Yeah, fair. I can probably do some glowing digitally with it. I try to not alter like physicals digitally too much, just because I feel like it loses some of its charm. Um, but I can do that. Now I guess I could re-announce the things that I announced at the beginning of the stream. Um, the sticker cutter company has finally gotten their shit together and I can use the software because they fixed their frickin' servers. That means that I can make my own stickers and do custom stickers, which means that I could theoretically do this with some red text and then make you a sticker owl. Um, which is very exciting. I just need to learn how to use the software, which is gonna be a thing. Because I poked around with it a little bit yesterday. I didn't do a lot because I was like, if I start this, I'm gonna hyper focus on it and not do any of the other stuff I have to do today. Um, you know how it is. But um, so I did look at that. It's gonna take some doing for me to get used to the software, and I still need to do like some printing tests and some cutting tests and all that kind of stuff. But we're moving forward, which means that the Patreon sticker tier will be coming soon, which I'm very excited about. And that will mean that my patrons get like some exclusive stickers that I won't sell in the shop, or they'll get access to some early that wow, I just lost that sentence. That they'll get before it ever hits my shop. That's really what I was trying to say, I think. Yeah. Okay. I may end up not liking how this looks, but we're gonna test it and see. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right. I was worried it was gonna pick up the underlying pigment and make it a bit too green, but I think this is okay. All right. But yeah, that also means that I can do stickers of the other design that I made while I was busy not streaming. Um, I made this to go with our color of the month because I thought that it would be a funny sticker for me to put on my journals based off of that one vine. Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does. But brain work instead. So there you go. So hopefully this one will be coming to the Patreon sticker tier. Same with the fantasy radio one that I did for Prussian Blue. And I have a couple other little things I've been hanging on to that I think would make good stickers, but I didn't think I'd sell enough to order them from the actual sticker company. So those will be things eventually. So yeah, moving forward. Finally, now that they got their shit together, it only took them like 2.5 months.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Thank you. I thought it was so funny because I had literally just complained to my boyfriend about how they were taking forever to do that. And then the next morning I got an email that was like, oh, we fixed it. I honestly didn't expect them to send me an email, so that was nice. I don't know if it's fixed for everybody either. I know that I was able to get in and then set the settings so that they don't need me to connect to the server again until I decide to. But I don't know if it's fixed for everybody. So if it's not fixed for you, I'm sorry. I hope that they fix it for you soon too. It's absolute bullshit that they did that too. Basically, they were doing like a server update and they were like, this will take 2 days. And it ended up taking 2.5 months and they didn't have anything listed on their website or anything about what was going on. So I had to find out through Reddit when I was searching, like, why is this not working? It's like, oh yeah, it's been down for a month and a half at this point. I'm like, okay, great. Love that. So I emailed their customer service and they were like, "Yeah, this is a known problem. Here's all the other problems," and listed like something so long. It's like, Jesus, get your shit together, guys. Um, I may also add some orange on top of this in some spots, but I think putting some yellow down first is the right answer to keep it from getting too muddy with the blue. Okay. That's fair, Dream. That's fair. But the fact that they like, so I was a new customer, right? So I bought, sorry, I definitely just kicked the table really hard. So I bought a cutter while this issue was going on that they knew was going on. So they knew that I wasn't going to be able to set up my cutter correctly because their servers weren't properly connected. So I bought something that was $200 and then wasn't able to use it for over a month. And that's something that you should warn somebody about. Like, I still would have gotten it, but I would have liked to know so that I could have planned my business properly. Like, this is how I make my money. I kind of need to know if I'm not going to be able to make my money, you know? And that was a problem for a bunch of other people too, because it kept them from syncing their cloud libraries basically with the company. So they still had their online shop open where you could buy things that you then could not sync to your software because the servers were down. And like, I am also pretty bad at judging times in general and how much time my work is going to take, but I also tell people that. Good luck with your meetings, Al. So, I don't know. I don't hold a lot of sympathy. Oh, thanks. They are so chipped to hell. I did them on Thursday, and yeah, they're already chipped. Really bad. I'm gonna need to redo them at some point because I like this concept, but I didn't do it as well as I would have liked. Okay, adding orange. That was the next step. Then adding some red to the fire. I think that's a little bit too intense, actually. Chill out. Thank you. Okay. I think we're making good progress on this. Maybe I will end up re-inking the letters on stream. Because I think we can maybe finish this today, actually. Although sometimes I say that and then I look back and I'm like, why did I think I could finish this? So we'll see. Again, I've got brain doesn't understand time disease, so you know how it is. Oh, I don't know that I know that song, Shawnee. I haven't watched like a huge amount of Muppets, which I really should fix. I should make Adam watch all of the Muppets that he likes with me, honestly. Because I know Adam really likes the Muppets. And there's nothing quite as good as watching somebody with somebody who's like obsessed with it, you know? Oh, okay. I haven't seen the actual like movies, actually. Excuse me. I can tell I've been talking a lot more lately. Okay, let's add some red to the fire. Let's start with the little guys. I'm so bad at watching movies. Like, I legitimately have not met somebody who has seen fewer movies than me until I met Lib. Um, you know that, I don't know, it's a tweet, I guess, that's been reposted on Tumblr that's like, don't date me unless you want to be impressed by how many things I haven't seen. That was made about me. Because I am a serial rewatcher. I will rewatch the same thing 35 times in a row. Do not ask me how many times I've rewatched BBC Ghosts this year. We don't need to talk about that. The brainworms want one thing and one thing only. For a while, it was Hell's Kitchen. I have watched Hell's Kitchen so many times that I still have sound bites from it that play in my head for certain emotions. Like, lesbian. Hi, Jess. Lamb sauce is in the first season. There's a lot more. And a lot of them are things contestants say. So like there's one that I've just like adopted as my own. That's they were acting like a fart in a fan factory, completely lost. And I think that that's like one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. So I use that all the time now. Oh, excellent. I'm glad it got there safely. Yeah, that's a real problem with stickers, especially mine are pretty big for the most part, except for the sticker sheets that have a few smaller ones, but it's hard to find enough room for all of them. I have the same problem. I have a water bottle that I use when I do modeling sessions that have only my stickers on them because I used it to stage like product shots. But it also means that I'm advertising myself, you know. But I am out of room on that thing. I maybe want to use a bigger brush for most of this, but also that involves picking up another brush. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm picking up the bigger brush. I may also want to do some with the smaller brush, but some of these bigger ones in here will be good, I think. We don't need it to be too wild. I just want to have a little bit more texture in there, because I do love a texture. Oh, I 100% did not take any progress photos of this. I was doing so good last time, then I immediately forgot. It's not that big a deal, but whoops. Okay. Ooh, that looks like radioactive on stream. That's wild how one color can super pick up and one can't. It is really not that orange. Let me... Where are you? There you are. Let me change that a little bit. I know that I bumped it up last time because it really was not reading the green correctly. That's closer. I do think I want to add a little bit more shading to our pins and the handles here because it does need a little bit of shadow on the edge. Like here. Which doesn't need to be much, but I do want a little bit to make me feel better about life. Okay. Then I really think it's just going over the lettering again, and then I think we're set. I think that's it. Unless I want to do like a proper highlight right here. Do I want to? I don't think I do. I think it'll make the lettering harder to read. So look at that. We did it. I am going to take a progress photo now. This does mean that I need to figure out what I'm streaming on Friday, which is another issue. I do have another plan for a project that I want to do, but I need to get that sketched out. I can do that this week though. My schedule is weird this week again, so I have some more time to work on that than I thought I would. So that's not a huge deal. That's doable. And we love something that's doable. I don't need to rush off today either, I think. I think my other plans are still asleep. I don't think I want to sketch that on stream though, but we can do the text here. I don't have pen that I used to do that. I can do this one though. I think that'll be fine. Let's move this and suck some of the ink out of here because I would like it to be kind of scratchy. Are you dry enough that you aren't going to cause issues? I think so. We'll discover together. I mean, the worst that happens is I feel like I ruined it and I redo it again. That is the bonus of having done the line art digitally so that I could transfer it to the art paper. I just did that again. So it was actually pretty easy. Actually, it helped that I had already scanned the ink from that one too. That's actually what I ended up using now that I think about it. Do I have anything else to talk to you guys about? There is a new emote. I mentioned that at the beginning of the stream and then didn't mention it again. But it's Pit. And I think I mentioned this on stream before today. But when I'm in like a really bad depression spot, I call it the Pit. So I did this silly little emote that's like a thumbs up out of the pit. I thought it would be a funny lurk emote and just kind of like a checking in emote. Like I may be in the pit, but I'm still chugging, still down here. We're doing okay, you know? Seemed like something we could use because a lot of us have some rough days. I don't know. I find dealing with those kind of days with humor is also helpful. Oh yeah, that would be good if we. I do have some more animated emotes. I bet I could make high-fiving. A high-fiving one. I bet. I bet. I think I still have like 3 animated emotes left. I think she calls her community the Jesters. Art and Jest. Rated a while back, and her community was super nice and gifted a ton of subs to get me to the next emote slot, so I have some to fill. I do want to commission Rainbow to do an Angie emote for us, but that's a still one. And I have been working on and off on a hug emote, but I haven't gotten it to a spot that I'm happy with. So it remains sitting in the dark, waiting. Ooh, I do feel a little crummy. That's okay. We persist. I'm not the only one that feels crummy today either. I know plenty of other people, including my own brother. Poor Brother Bean doesn't feel well today either. I also, sorry, I'm just like freeform thinking. I also need to think about what I'm doing for my birthday because it is on a Tuesday, so it's on a stream day. I did stream for my birthday last year, but that was on a different day of the week. So it was an extra bonus stream. But I'm not sure what I want to do. It would be nice if I could do like games or something, but I don't think my laptop can handle that. And I doubt that I'm going to be able to get a computer set up. I did, if you follow me on the socials, I did finish tearing up the carpet in that room that I want to make my studio. We finally figured out where that water damage was coming from that I found the first time, and that's fixed now. So I pulled up all the carpet and the padding, and I've measured the space. And yeah, I'm not sure that my computer could handle that, Dream. Because I'm running on a Mac laptop. So what I'm already doing here is pushing it way beyond its regular. Like, she's suffering. My laptop is suffering because I'm streaming. She's trying so hard, but that's not what she's made for. Yeah. So even just doing this, like when I was trying to stream, like I was mirroring my iPad, that was also a problem. I lost track of what I was saying. I think I want to add a little bit of shading to where the kettle is. Yeah, she is. She's trying her best, and she's been doing this for over a year at this point. So she's given us a lot. She's working so hard, and we love her. Oh, I was talking about the floor. I posted a video of me pulling the carpet up, actually, with a little gentle reminder that sometimes self-care is gross and not fun. but it's still important. But I finished tearing up that carpet. We figured out the water damage, that's fixed. I've measured the room, so I just need to get other flooring in there and then I can start setting that space up. Um, I need to figure out what flooring I want and then figure out the cost. And my dad has said that he's willing to help pay for that. Um, so hopefully we're getting that soon, but I won't be able to get the PC parts and set up a PC until I have a desk on which to put the PC. Um, so there are some steps to get to before we can get to that, and I don't think I'm going to get that done in, a month and a half. So not betting on it, but nah. I've got like parts listed and everything for an actual like desktop PC and somebody who's going to help me put everything together. Out of the kindness of his heart because he's a beautiful soul. So I know where I'm going. I just have a few steps before I get there. Um, and then we'll be set up and I'll be able to do gaming streams, which will mean that I'm not using as much brain power to stream, so I can do longer streams and I can do streams more often, especially since I won't be in the living room, which is where I am now. I won't be in the main living space, so I can actually just stream whenever I want and not have to worry about being in my brother's way. And also just having a spot for all of my stuff will be really nice because at this point I'm set up on the coffee table in the living room. So anytime people come to visit, I need to break down my entire streaming setup and then put it back up because I'm in the way. Um, so once I get that room set up, many doors will open for me and it'll be great. But there's just some more things that I need to do to get to that spot, which we're making progress on. We had a little bit of a dip there because I found that water damage and we weren't sure what the issue was. And then 3 different pipes in our house exploded. You know how it goes. So it's fixed now. It's just a matter of continuing those steps that I had on hold.
Amazing, sweetie.
Yeah, I've been working really hard all the time forever. My life has been like absolutely wild in the past year. Like I started streaming and ended up in a few different streams that I hadn't hung out in before and became a regular. And I met my boyfriend in one of those streams. And like, you know what? Life is pretty wild sometimes, but things are looking up. God knows that, Katie 10 years ago did not think this was going to happen. So Katie 10 years ago didn't even think she was going to be here anymore, if we're being honest. But look at me go. We're doing it. Thank you. Yeah, so once I get that space set up, it also means that I can order prints because I'll have some place to store them. I can actually have a proper setup for all of my shipping stuff, which means I can get like a proper shipping weight um, weigher and like all sorts of stuff. It's gonna be really good because I just have too much stuff right now. I make too much art. I don't have any place to keep it. It's a mess. So it will be really nice. I already have a desk bought. I just need to set it up once we get the flooring set up down there and all that kind of stuff. So definitely making forward movement. But like, oh, it's so much work all the time. Well, that's just kind of how life works. Life is a lot of work. Um, this is a shorter stream than I would normally want to do, but we finished a thing. I like this so much better than I like this one. I'm really glad that I decided to start over because I would have been unhappy with this. But we've got a good amount of depth on this guy and the colors aren't as muddy and it's just so much better. So yeah. Yeah, I've been using a little like a kitchen scale basically, which can get a little difficult. I have like a big package that I'm sending my boyfriend with some gifts in it. And weighing that thing was a trial, I will tell you. Because the kitchen scale is this big and the box is like 12 by 14. But I did it. So it is full of my love. I'm like very much a gift giver. I definitely, well, I mean, I express love all of the ways because I am full of love. I feel emotions bigly, and I don't hide them as much anymore because I have people who are willing to see me as I am, which is very nice. So I don't have to like couch my own existence, which I was used to doing for a really long time. So it's nice to be able to do that kind of stuff for people. My head is feeling like so fuzzy. I definitely need to take a COVID test. I think that we will go bother Lib today. It's I don't think I ever finished my thought earlier. It's a shorter stream, but we finished a thing, so I think I'm done now. Um, Normally I'd have something to do now, but I don't at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. Um, yeah, stuff and things. Keep an eye out for new stickers coming because my stickers from my sticker company shipped. So if you're a patron, you already know which 3 stickers and what they all are going to look like vaguely. I will also make a post once they get here so that my patrons can reserve any number of stickers they want. Oh, I said I was going to do some shading in here, but I actually don't think that I really want to do that. I think it's fine the way it is. Yeah, of course, Shawnee. It's good to keep you company. I hope your dinner is good. I also could like put these paintbrushes away. That's a thing to do instead of just leaving them in the way. Do I have anything else to say? I don't know that I do. I don't know. That's pretty much it. Let me switch over to the ending screen while we do our ending because that's what's happening right now. Let me put in the raid commands here. The first raid command is one you can use if you're a subscriber. It has an emote that you can use on Twitch if you are subscribed. The second one has emotes that you can use anywhere on Twitch. So please copy pasta, the one that is relevant to you. Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's nice and cool here, Shawnee. I'm sending you cool vibes. It's 62 today and cloudy. So if anybody needs those nice, cool weather vibes, I'm sending them your way. I know it's been like super hot everywhere else. It was warm here for a little bit, but not as warm as everywhere else. I will see y'all on Friday where if I manage to get it sketched out, we'll be painting a goldfish. A silly little goldfish with big buggy eyes is my plan. We might also be doing, I don't know, something silly. I'm just feeling silly. I'm just a silly little guy, you know? I will do a hydrate before I end. Thank you. I did almost drink my whole thing of water while I was sitting here, which is good. That does also imply that I am actually maybe getting sick. Do I have anything else to say? I don't know that I do. Let me actually open the stream that we're going to raid. That would also be a helpful thing to do. I know how to stream. No, I don't. True professional. Anytime I sign into Libstream, I'm always horrified by how many things there are in the queue if I'm not there. So I will see you guys on Friday. If that's not going to happen because I'm not feeling well or something, I will make sure to let everybody know well before the time when I stream because that's how my brain works. So keep an eye on socials, which I think most of you already do. I'll post if something weird is going on. If not, we'll see if we can work on our goldfishy. I will do a stretchy. It would help if I actually put in the raid command and started the raid. That's generally helpful if you're trying to raid somebody. But you know what? It's fine. All right, there we go. So yeah, I'll see you all. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of or be kind to yourself for yourself, please do it for me because I think that you're awesome and you deserve nice things. And that includes from yourself even on the days when it's really hard. So let me be that little cheerleader in your head and we'll get to the next day together, okay? I will see y'all next time. Yeah. Bye.